sort of almost a community within a community. It's a release of tension, release of stress. It's a bit of an escape, really. I feel so much more energized. Even though I've woken up earlier, I feel more capable of doing work than I would do, say, if I'd sort of slept in until 7 or 8 o'clock. There are people that I meet on a daily basis that without rowing I never would. I think one of the great things about Lucy is that everyone has a different story to tell, and you are never going to come across someone that's been through the same thing as you, but that has made us all stronger individuals, I think, and we've all had to overcome difficulties in order to be here. We all do different subjects, so there are PhDs, there are master's students, and that runs all the way through the club. There are people on W2 who are undergrads who are doing completely different subjects to what I am, but I still get to meet them and get to know them. So it creates a nice little network that if you do have a problem, there is always someone that knows the answer.
The gardens are so pretty, so I can walk through the gardens to the office, and I really rather enjoy that. I think it's had a rather wonderful history. It started as nothing. It started as a dining club, and from that very, very small beginning, and without any huge endowment, without any great legacy, it managed to make itself into a really significant player. It was quite late doing a PhD. I was 27 when I started, and I had a baby. And I have to say that had this place been available to me, it would have been exactly the college I would like to have gone to. One of the great things we do here is we do allow women to come and have an education at the time that suits them. And that's very much our mission and our message. We are the only college for mature women in Europe. And I think that with the diverse student body that we have, such able students, we could surely be something of a think tank of the way women are going in the world generally.
So I wasn't really sure what to expect when I got the Gates Scholarship, because it was, to me, I was just, ecstatic that I had funding for my research. It's like a home away from home. It's nice to know that I have the support that I need in a more pastoral sense from the college, despite being, so far away from my family. I cycle from my house to the department, which is across pretty much the whole of the Cambridge town. And then once I am at the department, I usually start off doing more hardcore thinking type work, because that's when my brain works best. So a lot of maths, a lot of looking at data and trying to make sense of it, or if I'm trying to design an experiment, then I'll be trying to read papers to get a feel for things that I can use in my experimental design. I guess the best way to describe it is that it has been quite a whirlwind. Time has flown by so quickly just because of the amount of things there is to do, and then if you add to it the activities at college and the Gates events as well. I went through my first few weeks in a huge blur because I was just trying to attend every event there was. I started off as someone new to research. I wasn't used to being given full license to plan my research and to come up with my research methods, for example, because going through from when you're in primary school all the way up to university, you're being told what to do and what to know and what to learn. But research is kind of about pushing the frontiers of knowledge, and having Lucy there to give me the support that I needed has given me the confidence to know that I do have the ability. There are people who have gone through all of this and have managed to navigate their way through to the end with success.
I came as a young research fellow there. They gave me a research fellowship when I was still a postdoc at Cambridge. And then while I was a research fellow there, I was fortunate to be successful in an application for a university lectureship, which has been where I could build my career to the professor level that I'm at today. We are researching all sorts of things. One of the things that we're doing is looking at trying to make three-dimensional environments that you can put into the body, and the body will use those to be able to regrow new healthy tissue after disease or an accident has damaged what you've got. In having these purpose-built, state-of-the-art facilities, that means that every opportunity is there for the support of students and the different needs that people have at different stages of their careers as they come into study. The students of the college are absolutely committed to their subject and interested in wanting to understand at a really deep and inquiring level, and it's really inspiring and challenging to be working with them.
So it's a community which provides both intellectual stimulation but also at the personal level. It's a community of support and understanding. We live in a world where women are not still given equal opportunities. A lot of women that come here are given a second chance basically to start off their career anew, whether because they had a family before or they had a different path in life which they couldn't afford to go to pursue education, etc. At Lucy you have mature students who have previously done something else, like myself. I've worked for international organizations abroad, and other students may have worked in India or somewhere else. So you find yourself in this community within a day or an hour talking about what is happening in India or talking about what is happening in South Sudan. And you have people who actually have first-hand knowledge or study that, or what is happening in the sphere of biochemistry.
I think we are respected in the university for what we do, and I think as time goes on we will be more so, and I think they will look to us for some leadership in areas of outreach, in areas of particular concern to women, in areas where they really want to change, such as bringing more women into the sciences, making more professorial women, and so on. I think the idea of the evening talks is to bring the community together. We are not only the people on campus, on site, the students and fellows, but also the alumni. And they can be all sorts of different things.
My talk today hopefully has tried to show you that there is an underlying neuroscience behind why these things work.
I think there's more idealism among our students than there is in the general population from Cambridge. And I think that's really a very good thing.
I talked recently with someone who went to one of the very well-established colleges, and he was quite envious of my connection with Lucy. He was in a very big college, a very old, long-established college, and he envied the intimacy that still seems to persist here in some way, and the informality and the friendliness and the way the college reaches out to its alumni. He said nothing like that happens in his college. There isn't that sense of a community that there is here. We were a tiny group of women. My group of English students amounted to 4. I came to Lucy Cavendish in the 1970s, 1972 to 75. There were so few colleges that accepted women in those days, and even fewer that accepted mature students, so to be a mature woman was beyond the pale. Many of the women had been married or were married. They'd had jobs, they'd had careers, and this was an absolute shift in their lives, and that's how it was for me. You know, the sense of self, I think, is what matters, and that's what Lucy provided me, and as far as I know, provides many, many women.